football now here at Lumen Field in Seattle. Tonight, a couple of rivals doing battle in the NFC West. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers has us set to get started. Off we go from Lumen Field. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The 49ers come out, and Brock Purdy leads them out. Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract for the fourth-year man out of Iowa State.
Mr. Irrelevant. Well, I think it's safe to say, Mike, he has been anything but irrelevant since arriving in the NFL, and he is living proof. It doesn't matter if you're drafted first overall, or in his case, with the very last pick. What does matter is what you do with the opportunity once it's given to you. Nothing real flashy about his game. He simply gets the job done, and that's exactly what his team is counting on him today over these next 60 minutes.
Escaping to his left.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
Third down and 3. To throw, Purdy. Open man is Tunges, the tight end. A pickup of 15 in the air. First down, 49ers.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
And this is a great example of why it's so important on defense to sprint to the ball. His ability to make people miss is hard for one guy to get him on the ground. But when you can get everybody to the ball, eventually you can take them down. And in this case, they do it for a loss.
Purdy now on second down. He'll step up and run this.
These plays just kill you on defense. The pressure is good, but you have to contain them. Quarterback does a nice job of escaping the pocket, turns into a runner, scrambles for positive yardage.
Here comes 3rd and 6. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on third down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Stoppage here. One of the 49ers is down. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They run once more with McCaffrey. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
He sniffed that one out from the jump. I mean, once he diagnosed and knew where the ball was going, he got there in a hurry, and he put an end to that play really before it ever got started.
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I think it's a smart play, especially this early in the game. I don't think you want to start forcing throws, take any unnecessary risks, allow your team to get settled in, don't have any sudden change turnovers. So I think in the end there, he made the right move.
On fourth down, the Niners send out the veteran Thomas Morstead to punt. Rashid Shaheed back to return this one. Seahawks come out, and they are led by a new quarterback, Sam Darnold. From USC, he's bounced around for his first 7 seasons. This is 5th different franchise as he starts year 8 in the NFL, and Greg, it's year 1 with the Seahawks.
I think when you break down this game, Mike, I think it's really quite simple. I think it really comes down to the age-old, hey, be balanced on offense. Can their passing attack and rushing attack complement each other? Because what that does is it makes the defense defend the entire field. And then the number 1 goal of every team every week in the NFL, no self-inflicted negatives. That's tackles for loss, sacks, and then, of course, the most important one, don't turn the ball over.
And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. A pickup there of 13. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he's going to be out of bounds just beyond midfield. A gain of 24 through the air. First down, Seattle.
This is a really nice job of just finding a hole in coverage, Mike. And I used to say, hey, when you're open, stay open. That's the art of route running versus zone coverage. And it's a friendly target for the quarterback in space, and they're able to convert.
That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. And play halted for a moment. We have an injured Seahawk player. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
And that's exactly what every defense is trying to do in the passing game. They want to muddy up these windows, Mike, make every throw as contested as possible. No separation, contact right at the catch point, and does a great job forcing the incomplete pass.
That one too far out in front. It is incomplete. Jackson Smith and Jigba, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
He's moving. He's moving. Check.
To throw again is Darnold. That is caught. He finds Walker. And he will have that first down. Taking a chance here early in the game, but they convert on 4th down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown. I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a Big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Darnold again. Forced out wide. Now he takes off. A gain there of 24 yards. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
You know this defense worked all week defending this quarterback as a scrambler, as a runner. But sometimes it's just hard to simulate until you see him in real life. His speed, his ability to create. We saw him get him here early on the big scramble. He's able to pick up the first down and keep the drive alive.
Second down and 8. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. That's going to be incomplete. Good work by the defender. Bodied his man up. Wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force third down. Cooper Kupp was the intended receiver. Third down coming up. Now Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
Myers' kick is good. And the Seahawks are out to an early 3-0 lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Niners offense ready to get going with their second possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
I'm not sure how many guys grow up wanting to be an NFL fullback, Mike. They don't get the ball a ton. They're used to do all the dirty work, but in this case, this guy's showing off. Hey, coach, you get the ball in my hands. I can do some things.
On second down, Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a first down.
We're starting to see this so often, Mike. The days of just having a running back who you're just going to turn around and hand it to, yes, that's still a critical part of NFL offensive football, but their ability to be used in the passing game, just one more thing for the defense to have to defend, make them go sideline to sideline, line of scrimmage to the end zone, defend every blade of grass, and a really good running back goes a long way in doing that.
Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And that will lead to a second down.
He just stays on his primary read just a little bit too long. I think if he gets that ball to his check down a little bit quicker, not only is the ball completed, but I think there's some room to run. So, again, certain quarterbacks are better than others. The ability to process and eliminate targets quickly to move on to the next, that's a skill that really just comes from experience.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield. His second catch of the drive, this one good for 15 and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball.
Oh, in trouble, and down he goes. Byron Murphy getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Here's Purdy. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
This pass left side, caught by Tonjes. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down.
So he isn't able to move the chains, but I think this is still a great example to just point out that certain guys on the field earn the trust of their quarterback. And he wasn't even necessarily open, Mike, but he's still, hey, it's third down. Give one of my best players an opportunity to go up and compete for the ball. And he's going to continue to get more of these 50-50 opportunities when he keeps coming down with them.
The Seahawks offense ready to take over for their second possession. They had the field goal on the opening drive to take the early lead. See if they can improve on it here. 3-0 is our score, and it's 1st and 10. Smith and Jigba left side. He's got it. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
One of the tight ends motions right. First run of the game here with Zach Charbonnet. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings him down for a loss.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he wisely hit the deck at the end of that one. No unnecessary shot there. It is a first down.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the first down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
So a big third down hookup takes us to the break. It's the Seahawks with the early lead. Greg and I back in the Great Northwest in a moment. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. 1st and 10 as we are ready to get back underway. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. Flush to his right.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd down and 7. Off the play fake, it's Darnold. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. His pass taken in by Shaheed. And he's very close to a first down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts as they'll discuss what's to come as 4th down's looming. So it's 4th down. The Seahawks send out the Aussie Michael Dixon to punt. And back deep for the Niners is Sky Moore. And this is going to get out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The 49ers offense ready to get back at it. They'll begin inside their own 15-yard line, so a lot of real estate to cover. It's 1st and 10. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey, and he'll get 2 on this one before being taken down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
2nd down, 8 yards to go. They'll motion a tight end right. Again, it's McCaffrey, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Well, nothing doing here, and I think you could see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay.
Hey, stay with him.
On the handoff, McCaffrey. And that's not going to work at all. He'll manage to get back to the line. That is all. It is 4th down.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
The 49ers out for the punt, as he'll have to hit it from his own end zone. To return, it's Shaheed. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Seahawks offense about ready to take over once more. They'll look to build on their 3-0 lead as this drive starts with a 1st and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And not much there. Good defense, held to no gain.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. The open man is Smith and Jigba, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. Third down, they need 5. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Taking the deep shot for Smith and Jigba. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds they've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
And we will not have a return on this one. Ball's going to hit and continue out of bounds. Here's the San Francisco offense ready to take possession of the ball once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. Accelerating toward midfield. And he is finally taken down inside the 40-yard line. Big-time play by McCaffrey. And even 50 yards.
And we've talked about how man coverage can be really good when defending the pass. But, Mike, the flip side of that is it actually can make things a little more challenging trying to defend the run. Those 2nd, 3rd level defenders, they tend to have their back turns to the backfield. So by the time they realize what's happening, he's already on his way downfield.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 1. They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. It's good for a Niners first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Purdy. Throw right side. He's got Tonjes. And he'll get forward. Give him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds. And that's going to bring up 3rd down.
You can see the eyes of the quarterback. He's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play.
He's looking for room on the edge, but could not find any. They track him down behind the line, and it's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Eddie Pinheiro going to come on to try a field goal now. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. Pinheiro's kick is good. And the 49ers will tie the game at 3 apiece.
And that's really well done here, Mike. I mean, everything's in rhythm. A good snap, a good hold, and a good kick ties this game.
So the field goal draws us even. It is now 3-3 as the kick's away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Seahawks offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll work in a tie game here in the 2nd quarter and get started with 1st and 10. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. From the 34, here's 2nd and 4. He'll keep it on the ground and keep it with Walker. And he'll work this forward to the 35. The veteran Eric Hendricks on the stop.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And he'll be taken down, but good enough to keep this drive going. It's a 1st down.
When you run these quick smokes or tunnels, wide receiver screens, they go by a variety of names. When you throw the ball to your wide receiver behind the line of scrimmage, you're counting on the defense playing very soft, and it's all going to be run after the catch. He's able to pick up enough here to bring up 1st down.
They'll look to set up the screen here. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Darnold to throw. He'll locate Kupp. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. It's the quarterback with the sneak. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
I know it's early in this game, but in my mind, that's 4-down territory, and certainly now the coach doesn't have to make that decision. He keeps it on the ground on 3rd and short, gets a fresh set of downs, and now they got to see if they can come away with some points.
On 1st and 10, here comes Walker. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup there of 19 yards. 1st down, Seattle. (3-3) our score. 2 minutes to go in this first half. We're back to Seattle after this. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. To throw is Darnold. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
He'll get this out wide, and they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Here's Darnold. Got it with Smith and Jigba. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half.
Great example of 1st down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Darnold to throw again. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd as the clock stops with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Darnold. He'll try to run for it. To the pylon, he's in. Sam Darnold. Touchdown, Seahawks. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Seahawks take a 10-3 lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The 49ers offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one. And they'll start 1st and 10. On the give, it's McCaffrey. Has an opening, past the 40. Inside the 20. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 74 yards. Touchdown, San Francisco. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with the run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the 49ers will tie things up. It's now 10-10. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This one taken at the 7. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Seahawks offense going to take over just before the half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Darnold now to throw, and he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Not wanting to take a chance this time. He'll keep this one on the ground. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That one good for 29.
This is a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. That one swung out wide to Walker, and he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle gets him down behind the line. So they send out Jason Myers for this field goal. They'll spot this at their own 48, meaning this is a 62-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And the score remains level.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
1st and 10 for Purdy. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered, and that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen here with an abridged version of the halftime report. Both offenses still trying to find their way. Tight, competitive game, though, as we are tied at the half. To find out who will come out on top, let's rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. Welcome back, everyone, for quarter number 3. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. A return now from the 4. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Walker to start the drive. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Once again, it's Walker. He works free, right side. 20, 15, and he will score. Kenneth Walker, touchdown Seattle. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
Now the point after try from Myers. The kick is good. And the Seahawks go up by 7. It is now 17-10. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Niners offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. They find themselves trailing 17-10 now as they come up with 1st down and 10. I don't think that was going too far either way. Defense right on it. They hold him to no gain. So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That is caught. It's Robinson. And they'll work this close to a 1st down, maybe just a tad short. Third and 2. Here we go. From the gun, it's Purdy. He finds his big receiver. That's Jennings. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, 49ers.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Here's Purdy making the read and keeping it. And he'll be met in the backfield and dropped behind the line of scrimmage.
The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
2nd and 11. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Open man is Robinson. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
They'll run the sneak. And he's going to be brought down right on that yellow line, but the official signal, he's got enough for the 1st down.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Going to lose a yard.
We spend so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Now whistles. Play clock at 0, and that'll cost them 5. Throwing on second down is Purdy. That's to Robinson. He's got it. And he'll get about 3 here on second down before he's out of bounds. It is 3rd and long. To throw is Purdy. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And he'll gain some yardage here, but that is not nearly enough for the first down. So it's going to bring up 4th down.
When a defense has speed to the ball like this group does, it makes these wide receiver screens really challenging because all those fast linebackers and defensive backs that are chasing the ball carrier, the offensive line are the ones responsible for them, and sometimes that's just a speed mismatch, and they can't get out in front.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. Out comes the Seattle offense as they get ready for their next possession. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Cup in motion. Darnold to throw on 1st down. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
On second down, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's A.J. Barner, the tight end. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On the run to the right. Taking off. He'll try to get there. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a 1st down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down, Mike. You can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. That one good for 26 yards.
And it's hardly an exaggeration when I say, Mike, that he's probably one of the most difficult individual assignments in the entire league. It's like playing football against that really good kid in your neighborhood. He's just hard to cover, and plays like this, it just shows how special he can be.
He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 15. 19 more on that one, and another 1st down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
This is caught toward the side of the end zone. Cooper Kupp, touchdown Seahawks.
What separates the really good quarterbacks from everybody else in the National Football League, Mike, is not only ability to process, but the ability to process quickly under pressure. And I think that's exactly the case here. He's able to go through his progression, find his target in the end zone, and then deliver that ball on time.
And before the try, remember, it is a touchdown. All scoring plays are reviewed, so replay will confirm this one before we do anything else. And we'll get a moment here as they look this one over. Remember, the call on the field is what they'll stick with unless they have clear, incontrovertible visual evidence to the contrary. In other words, it's got to be the truth. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
Watching him throughout this game has been incredible, Mike. I mean, I've loved watching him perform. The reality is it just hasn't impacted the outcome of the game. It's really been a wasted individual effort unless they can somehow find a way to flip this thing around.
That's taken in by Jennings. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Niners first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start. This back's been having his way all night long, Mike. Just a lot of room to operate. Great job by the offensive line all night long, but in this case, defense does their job. They're able to penetrate, get in the backfield, and take them down for a loss.
Off the bootleg, it's Purdy. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. 11 yards on the connection there. First down, 49ers.
These curl routes, he's been running these routes since he was a young kid in Pop Warner football, and I like to call it pulling the string. You've got the defender thinking you're going downfield, and you stick that foot in the ground, work back to the quarterback, friendly to the ball, and really nice job picking up the first down.
That's caught by McCaffrey. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On the counter, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get forward for a couple. Devin Witherspoon up from the secondary to make the play.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
On third down, it's Purdy. He'll step up and run this. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
And here's a great example of why the pass rush on third down, that it's critical it gets home. In this case, they're not able to get to the quarterback. He has extra time to not only escape the pocket, but to turn into a runner and pick up the first down.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. From the 22 now, here's second down and 9. They'll send the tight end in motion right. On second down, Purdy. Open receiver, the former Gator, it's Ricky Pearsall. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late. In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on first and second down. The last thing you want is to be in third and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
And he'll be stopped short of the first down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up first and second down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody. When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
McCaffrey. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
In these goal-to-go situations backed up on your own goal line, Mike, what they teach the defense is it's your job to establish a new line of scrimmage, and that's exactly what they did here. Watch the push they get. The offensive line goes backwards, and they take the ball carrier down for a loss.
He's got it at the 3. Two plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. And he will score! Game on! Brock Purdy, touchdown, 49ers. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Now, Pinheiro to add on the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers back within 7. It's 24-17. So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a 1-score game as they kick it away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Seahawks offense and Kenneth Walker ready to take over once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Darnold. That's dropped off for Walker. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike, you never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
On 2nd down, Walker. And they're going to work this down inside the 45. It's a pickup of 12. It's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
On the handoff, this is Walker. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. 13 more on that carry. He is churning out the yards. And another 1st down.
4th quarter, you find yourself protecting a 1-possession lead. It's a fine line, Mike, between do I keep the ball on the ground, continue to work the clock, or stay aggressive, try to extend this lead to a multiple possession game. That's the balance this play caller is dealing with right now.
Throw right side, hauled in by Cup. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. This one into the hands of Smith and Jigba. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Motion.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. And that is incomplete.
And this is where the timing of these passing games, you see guys, they call it routes on air, Mike. During the course of the week, there's no defense, nobody playing on coverage, but it's the timing. It's be on time, get your depth, be where the quarterback expects you to be, because then when the game starts, things get sped up just a little bit more for the quarterback. And in this case, it's a perfect example. He's open, he tries to lead his guy, just puts a little too much in front of him. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So Myers back out there. Had the field goal a moment ago. Now set to kick this one away. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. He'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Niners offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. He'll get this out to his running back. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll let one go downfield for Jennings. That is knocked away downfield, incomplete. He made sure not to let the receiver get behind him. 3rd down stop sets up 4th down.
I think he predetermined that third down throw, and even though the coverage was tight, he still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
He finds his big receiver, that's Jennings. And he's going to have a Niners first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving and then some.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the first down.
Play fake to McCaffrey. Now, Purdy. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Here's Purdy again. A throw behind his man. Can't reel it back in. And that'll go down as an incompletion.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand. So it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Third down. Purdy. Open man is Tunges, the tight end. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone. And this is where you have to finish drives.
And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
This is a great example of why it's so critical that on defense, everybody does their job. You got a free hit blitzer coming right at the quarterback, but because they don't contain him in the pocket, they allow him to escape, and it doesn't allow that blitz to get home.
Again in the air for Purdy. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. Throwing again is Purdy. And that is Hunt in the end zone. He's in. Demarcus Robinson. Touchdown, San Francisco. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. This taken at the 5. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to get back to work. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. Now Walker. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
You know, there's all this talk, Mike, about the value of the run game in today's NFL. You know when the run game matters? It matters right now. Fourth quarter, you've got the lead. Can you lean on your running back and offensive line to close this game out?
Darnold to throw on first down. For the middle, it's Cup. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. The defense uses its second timeout here, and don't forget, clock going to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the fourth quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
Here's Darnold again. Throw here down the field. Will fall. Incomplete.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike. And I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. It's complete. He's got Cup. And he's out of bounds down inside the 35. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's second down and 7. On play action, here's Darnold. And he cannot get away, brought down. And that sack will bring us to the 2-minute warning. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's third and long. They'll run the toss with Walker. Searching for some kind of seam to go forward. It's not there. They get him behind the line. Fourth down coming up.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
This one is pushed out to the right. It is no good. And this lead will stay right where it is.
They're just trying to extend the lead here, and this is definitely one they're going to want to have back.
So here's Brock Purdy and this 49ers offense heading back onto the field. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
I'm not so sure he would have picked up the first down had they connected either way, but still, disappointing outcome to not at least get a handful of positive yards on that last one.
Another try, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
That is caught downfield by Pearsall. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line. They get 22 yards there. It's good for a Niners first down.
And now we're at the point of the game, Mike, where someone has to step up and make a play. That's exactly what this quarterback and his receiver did. It gives them now a fresh set of downs and a chance to go down and make this game very interesting.
He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. They get it with 19 seconds left on the clock. So here's Eddie Pinheiro in a big spot. This to potentially send us to overtime. This one is on target, and it is good. They have tied things up here in the final minute.
And that's just a big-time kick right there. I mean, think about all the things running through this kicker's head. He knows if he misses it, this game's over. But he's cool. He's calm. He steps up, takes a deep breath, and he knocks it through to extend this game.
Here's first down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll locate Kupp. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Timeout Seahawks. That is their second. They stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. This offense still has the one timeout to use. 1st and 10 coming up now. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And he's brought down, but they are out of timeouts. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout here on the field. Now, 2nd and 4. Now, Darnold. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That one knocked away. In the end zone, incomplete. What a good job locating the football by the defense where it matters most. And it'll bring up 3rd down now.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but then once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. Shaheed now to return it. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. The Seahawks offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll start out first down and 10. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. And he'll be taken down as he takes it just shy of midfield. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
Well, that's how you get a drive started. A big play here in the run game, and you have to imagine this is something we're going to continue to see. Success early in the drive typically results in success later in the drive.
Now a first throw here in overtime. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. From the 48-yard line, here's second down and 6. They'll run right. Here's Walker. Room to run at the 35. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line. They'll pick up 23 on that one. First down, Seattle.
There's 2 elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them align. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains.
And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. There's that man again, another catch. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup. You could see that he was trying to find something downfield, trying to take a shot there on third and short, but really nice job understanding there was nothing downfield, no need to force it. Get the ball underneath, get a fresh set of downs, and start over again.
And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline. Here's a second and 6. And this drive's going to continue. They bring him down, but not before he picks up first and goal for his team.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And he'll plunge forward to the 2, setting up second and goal. From a little closer, here's second and goal. Here's Darnold. That is caught to the goal line and in. Robbie Oots. Touchdown, Seattle. Greg, exactly the way you want to handle it when you get the ball to start overtime.
Absolutely, Mike. You want to strike first. You understand the defense is wearing down. It's been a long game. Now you are one stop away from getting out of here with a huge win.
The kick is good. So an ideal start to this overtime. And now it's up to the defense to preserve a 7-point lead. So, thanks to that recent rule change, still the chance to extend this game and match that opening overtime score as they receive the kickoff here. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Niners offense ready to get back at it. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Throw right side, he's got Tonjes. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. That one good for a dozen and a very quick first down.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket. Nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. That is caught. It's Robinson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That catch puts him over the 100-yard mark here tonight, and it gives the team a first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
Downfield, he's got the big target, Jennings. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
So everyone's going to focus on the throw, right, Mike? But it was really the way he used his eyes to manipulate the defense that really made that shot downfield possible.
Play clock has expired. We're not going to get this one off on time. From the gun, it's Purdy. He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. Good result there after the penalty. They get the yardage back and then some.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on 1st down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable 2nd down.
To throw once more, it's Purdy. He pulls it in around the 5. And the 49ers are going to have 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll throw again with Purdy. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
So push back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. Open man is Jennings. And the defense trying to tighten down here. They're going to hold him to a gain of 3, and that's going to set up 3rd and goal.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pit.
And they have done it! Matching touchdowns here in OT. And now they'll have a chance to win with a 2-point conversion.
Mike, what a game, but now what decision are they going to make? They find themselves down 1. I think this is a no-brainer. Ball on the 2-yard line, dial up your best offensive play, and go win this game now.
And an exhale there. Extra point is good. Now, next score wins as we play on here in overtime. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. Shaheed now to return it. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line. The Seahawks offense ready to take over possession of the football. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. From the gun, here's the give to Walker. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Darnold to throw. It'll be Smith and Jigba bringing it in. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. 15 yards through the air. It's good for a Seahawks first down.
He took a shot on that throw, but you don't feel it quite as much when you pair it with a throw as good as that one. So kudos for him standing in that pocket, delivering a strike to pick up that first down.
To throw on first down is Darnold. He'll get this complete to Walker. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
We tend to make NFL offense very complicated, Mike, but sometimes it's as simple as this. Get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and just let them do the rest.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and 2. Here's Walker. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short. Play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
Timeout Seahawks. That is their 2nd. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
I got him, on me.
Darnold. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
On 2nd down, it's Darnold. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
It's complete. He's got Huck. And he will get into the end zone. Cooper Kupp, touchdown. Seahawks. So the 12th man, a factor here, as it's a win for the Seahawks. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with the victory.